What's good, YouTube world? It's Coffee back again with another one, man. And I want to talk to you guys about one of the most popular, dopest shows on TV right now, currently running. Because if you didn't know when you're new over here, one of the many things that Jay Coffee Talk loves to talk about is binge watching TV shows, dope movies. You know what I mean? I'm a bit of a junkie when it comes to that stuff. But here we are, season 5, I believe, is where we're at with Snowfall, currently, airing right now. And comment and let me know if Snowfall is just as lit as when it first started. You know, like many shows that go on 5, 6, 7 seasons, a lot of times when it gets to the later years, fans of the show feel like, this show, it's kind of losing its steam. Like, it's still good enough to watch, but they're like, yo, I don't know, the storyline is just kind of went every which way and things are getting watered down, or, the show was good up till this era and it got weaker after this season, things of that nature, those types of narratives. That's not what I'm saying is happening with Snowfall, but I want to know if you guys feel that way. Now, when I get my binge watch on, I really like to get into the shows, like know all the characters and all that. Like I said, I'm a junkie. And then I like to come online and make videos and talk about it. A lot of people might say, that's a bit nutty. You got no life. But that's just life in 2022, right? We live in this digital world. But when it comes to Snowfall, season 4 and then this current season, I'm just kind of not fully up. Like, you guys feel me? I need to go back to season 4 and binge watch that jump off all the way through to where we're at now. There's a few things here and there, that, like, if you're ever watching something and you get sidetracked or whatever. So that's kind of where I stand with Snowfall. Like, I know what's going on, but just need to rewatch some episodes. But anyways, the most current episode, things got pretty fucking crazy. And to be quite honest, it kind of seems like things are changing and never going to be the same. You know what I mean? In recent episodes, we saw Franklin kill white boy Rob, which was wild. Comment and let me know what you guys thought about that. But we saw last week, everyone got ambushed. There was hits going out on everyone. And they tracked that back to this OG who just touched down that they're going to be kind of at odds with, at war with. You know what I mean? But Franklin's uncle gets married, and it kind of seems like his wife went to the, CIA dude, Reed Thompson, and cut Franklin out of the game, more or less went right to the plug herself and said, I just want to deal with you. I'm done with this ish with Franklin. And we didn't get to, be privy to exactly how that conversation went. But I'm going to jump forward a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Unc ended up proposing, and we go to this wedding, which is really what I want to talk about, where things get fucking crazy. It seems everyone ends up dosed on LSD and acid. Everyone's tripping. Franklin's tripping. Ma Dukes is tripping. Leon has to put her in a car so she can sleep it off. Franklin's in a house going nuts. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with everything that he's done. He ends up calling up Reed Thompson or Teddy, whatever the fuck you want to call him, and telling him, hey, I got love for you, man. You put me in the game. But if it comes down to it, I'll kill you first before you kill me. We see Leon handles his trip a bit better and decides he wants to travel around the world, get out of the game. You know what I'm saying? He asks Wanda, who cleans up her act, to come with them. And we saw a lot of other zany-ish happening. You know what I'm saying? The dude from Little Rock was scrapping with another cat just for fun. Everyone's just it was kind of weird. It was like a lot of people almost were seeming to have this ecstasy effect. Like the LSD had them feeling a bit like ecstasy, which I don't know. For those who have experience with LSD, jump in the comments. And just as a side note, that's a live stream that I've really wanted to have. I really wanted to get a bunch of people together for a live stream, you know what I'm saying, a StreamYard session where we all just, people talk about their psychedelic experiences, you know what I mean? I don't know, it seems to be a topic that a lot of people like to talk about. I think Joe Rogan made this, as popular it is, everyone talking about DMT and ayahuasca and all that crazy ish, which I'm scared as fuck to touch. You know what I'm saying? I ain't messing with none of that ish. I would be the guy losing my mind. In the fact that I'm thinking that, probably I would definitely be that guy. But jump in the comments, let me know if you've had some psychedelic experiences and you'd be interested in having a live stream like that, A lot of people really feel like tripping can change your life. It can have therapeutic values and things like that. And I mean, there's definitely something to hallucinogenics, or if I'm saying it right or whatever. As we know, the government, Project MK Ultra, they really, really had a lot of interest in this, dosing people, without them knowing back in the day. You know what I'm saying? There was people that would end up just getting like products from the store or something like that, and unbeknownst to them, be dosed with LSD and trip. You know what I mean? I don't know how exactly it would work. Like the government would trace to where the different stuff was being dosed and putting it out into circulation and figure out who ingested it, how they went about doing that. I don't know. You know what I mean? We also know they were doing this to mental patients. I have family members, I've shared that before with y'all, that were in mental institutions back in the day and were given LSD against their will, unbeknownst to them. There were people in prisons who were given LSD, offered money and time cuts and stuff like that. Whitey Bulger being one of them. Listen to this, doing it over 30 times during a bid in Alcatraz for time knocked off his sentence and for them to throw some money on his books. Can you believe that ish? And the government even went as so far as to dose one of their own scientists who freaked out. You can fact check this. This ish really happened. Freaked out, lost his ish, and fell out of a window to his death. So, what exactly is their interest in it? What is the power behind it? What does it do to the brain? All stuff that I'm curious to talk about with you guys. But I will put it out there, something I say always when drugs come up in the discussion nowadays, that there's a lot of dirty, toxic, knockoff drugs out there. We already know about the Fenty wiping out. My bad, I said whopping. Apologies, y'all. Some could consider that a racial slur against Italians. That's not what I meant. I meant to say wiping out. And I think I might be somewhat of a wop myself. But anyways, we already know about that Fenty wop out there. An epidemic killing many people. And now there's even stronger toxic versions of that, the Cara Fenty, and then that other one, that ISO-ish that just started touching down in Florida, killing people. It's fucking crazy. And when it comes to hallucinogenics, there's also bad ish out there. Research chemicals that can put you in a trip that you'll never come out of, kill you, make you lose your mind, all kinds of terrible, horrible stuff. So anyone who is out there indulging in that stuff, be careful. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not advocating or pushing for people to do this stuff. I just simply want to talk about the topic as a whole and would like to hear people's firsthand experiences. But getting back to this episode of Snowfall, it was just crazy. Everyone was tripping, dealing with it in their own ways, Man, it seems that it was put into the chocolates. At first, I thought it was the chocolate and the champagne, as that one guy was really out there pushing it on everyone. The server or cocktail server, bartender, whatever the fuck the guy was, you know what I'm saying, serving everyone drinks, and Franklin's mom ended up finding him and bugging out on him, and he got up out of there. But it really made me wonder, like, who did this? Why did they do this? What is this all about? And then we kind of see the CIA dude, Teddy, get that call from Franklin. When Franklin tells him, when it comes down to it, even though he's got love for him, he will kill him. It seems like it was like, maybe I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a little bit out of the loop what's actually going on in Snowfall. I need to go back to the beginning of season 4 and rewatch all this. But it felt like almost it was an experiment to kind of see where everyone's mind was at or something like that, as Teddy or Reed moves forward on with this plan. And then we kind of see Franklin's aunt. Towards the end of her wedding, Franklin cuts in on a dance and tells Auntie, listen, I love you. I should have treated you better. I should have treated you like a partner. And she's kind of like, I love you too. You definitely should have. And I'm sorry, but now I got to go on and move things on my own and do, my own way, my own plan. And ... to be continued. We're left on that cliffhanger ending. But comment, guys. What did you guys think of this episode? What did you think was the point of the acid, the LSD? Again, what are your own experiences with hallucinogenics? What did you think about this episode? Do you still like the show? Yo, wasn't that crazy too when Franklin's mom went from trying to comfort Franklin, like, baby, you got dosed with LSD. It's all right. Go with it. It's going to be okay. I'm here for you. You're safe, etc. And then all of a sudden she just flipped and said, you treat white people better than your own family. What'd she say? Something about his father. She just started going off on him. And at first I was like, oh, shit, I think Franklin's like, that's the LSD playing tricks. But it was like, nah, she really started losing it. At first I thought she didn't get dosed. But I don't know. I just basically want to open up the comments and, hear everyone's thoughts about this episode and everything else we touched on. I thought it was kind of an interesting episode, being that, it just kind of, in a sense, like the LSD went deep into all the characters' minds, and we just kind of sit back and at this milestone, I guess, where we are in this show, in this series. And it was just odd. It was like everyone got dosed, and at the same time, we're looking at where everyone is in their life and in this series and in this story. It also was a kind of interesting as well because, we're dealing with the CIA with the show, the Contras and all that. I mean, like, let's keep it a buck, guys. The real life Freeway Ricky story. And we know he's quite pissed about it as well. He doesn't want anything to do with Snowfall. He's got nothing good to say about the show at all. What do you call it? Fairy tales or cartoons or anything like that. I don't know why he just didn't get on as a consultant of the show. I forget what he said about it, but I think he was trying to do his own show or his own story or some kind of content similar to what Snowfall is, being kind of based on Freeway Ricky. But being that the CIA is involved, we know that this was something that they actually did. They used to dose people back in the day. So to see that in Snowfall was kind of crazy. But with that, I'm going to close this video out. Jump in the comments. Let's talk about it all. I thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode of J Coffee Talk. A bit of a different type of blog on this one. You know what I mean? Where we're just kind of freestyling a bit, kicking it with you guys. But for new viewers, again, subscribe. Daily videos, music, news, sports, and more. Can't wait to hear what everyone's got to say in the comments. Stay tuned for the live stream later. And I'm gone, y'all. Peace.